During this module, I have realized a lot of things that changed the perspective that I have of how the world works. I had never realized the importance of culture, nationality, and religion. Now I know that those are one of the first things that models our personal identity. I also realized how everything, even the tiniest experience, impacts in our identity. I also learned that knowing our social and personal identity is important to know who we are, and that gives us a feeling of belonging. One of the things that amazed me the most is realizing the power that our beliefs have in our daily lives and in the world. For example, if you're an extreme nationalism person, you could be able to damage other nationalities just because of the belief that your country is the best. We have the example of the Holocaust. On the other hand, we have the patriotism that was promoted since we were little with small actions like just singing the national anthem. So, the patriotism is the affection that you have to your country, but contrary to nationalism, patriotism is in a good way. Another subtle example that being an extremist could have is, for example, when you are an ethnocentric person, for example, the Rwanda genocide. So, those are examples of consequences that our beliefs could have. I don't only realize the big consequence that all of our ideas have, I also notice the impact that have in our daily lives and the problems that we have nowadays. For example, people have many prejudices of Mexicans. They think principally that we are immigrants, and those things affect us because that is the perception that people around the world have of us. If we want to apply to a job not in Mexico and we say that we are Mexicans, probably if the boss isn't a multicultural person, the first thing that will come to his or her mind is that we are immigrants, lazy, or even narcos, and maybe he won't hire us. Another example are the stereotypes. It could be good or bad. For example, a lot of people have stereotypes of women, that we are emotional, weak, that we are crazy, and a lot of more things. And all these stereotypes affects in our daily life because they reduce our opportunities. For example, there is a lot of people that thinks that a man is more competent than a woman, and it is just because of the sex. And all these things could lead to discrimination. For example, another big problem that we have nowadays is the discrimination against black people in the USA. This problem has been growing that now exists the movement called Black Lives Matter. So I think that it is very important that people know how to be culturally competent because there are a lot of cultures around the world and it will be always be like this because culture is create, share and transform by ourselves. You can force people to believe in what you believe and it is very important to understand this because it is the key to living a better world with much less disagreements and fights. This is the first step to live in a multicultural environment, not judging others, and as we have already seen, trying to change the religion, being nationalism, discriminate, have prejudice, and big ethnocentrism always end up bad.